my name is Aaron Weber from Sega. I'm an Associate Brand Manager for Sonic Generations. We're at E3 2011. Today we're about to check out both classic and modern versions of Sonic Generations. First up, let's check out classic. So Sonic Generations is a celebration of Sonic's 20th anniversary. He's had a lot of adventures these last 20 years, and what better way to remember the very first one than to make our first level Green Hill Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 1 in 1991. As you can see here, the big thing about this game is we brought back classic Sonic. So old fans can see classic Sonic just as he was in the early days. You see traditional enemies there like the Motobug, Buzz Bomber, and of course we've got our golden rings, palm trees, and springs hidden in the trees there, just like the original game. Now as we run through here, fans of old and new will recognize a lot of things, but the game itself is built to kind of appease both the old fans and the new fans, and we'll get into the newer fans in just a minute with the modern Sonic. Now, as classic Sonic plays, he's going to play very, very similar to the original Genesis games, and making sure the physics were on point was a big, big thing for us. So, if you played Sonic 4, if you notice the physics in that one, you know, we're a little bit different, say, than Sonic 3, Sonic 2. We have made a lot of changes here in Generations to try and correct that and to really make sure that we're making a game that emulates those originals as much as possible. So, as I'm running through the beautiful Green Hill Zone, do take note of the backgrounds. They're beautiful, and they spend a lot of time on those. Many people think Sonic is just about speed, but if you remember, Sonic is very much about platforming, which is what we're doing right now. And in the background, you can kind of see the beautiful vistas, all the waterfalls, everything in Green Hill, and you'll miss it if you don't look for it. So it's really, really cool, all the touches they've added into this game to really bring out what is Green Hill Zone, and to take what was really cool in 1991 when everyone looked at the 16-bit graphics and said, oh my gosh, and now in 2011 to do the same thing, and everyone looks at Green Hill Zone again in a new light and says, oh man, that looks awesome. We're here in a cave now, and this is a newer setting. You can see the light coming in through the roof in the background, illuminating some of the pillars there. Really cool. And I'm on the high path now, so like any good Sonic game, there's multiple levels to each stage, and we're on the highest one, which is where you want to be. It's harder to stay on that highest path, but if you go on the bottom path, you'll find lots of spikes, and nobody likes spikes, so we're going to stay away from that. We've just finished as Classic Sonic, so it's a quick little demo of what Classic Sonic is like, and now we're about to dive into Modern Sonic. At the end of every level, they're going to judge you. How do we do? Perfect bonus means we didn't die at all, which bumps us up to an S rank. So that is Classic Sonic, built to emulate just what the original Genesis games were all about. And now we're going to switch over to Modern Sonic, which is the other half of the game. The game is also offered in full 3D. We're not showing it off here, of course, as the camera probably wouldn't pick it up too well. But you can play it in 3D on both the PS3 and on your Xbox 360, provided you've got a 3D TV and the glasses that come with it. That's all you need. And Modern Sonic then is going to play a lot like Sonic Colors, Sonic Unleashed. It's sort of the best of the 3D games that they finally really nailed recently. So we've got all the new moves. We've got the boost, we've got the homing attack. There's the boost right there. And you can't really hear it probably, but in the background the music will actually change to a different track whenever we use the boost. It speeds up, it's a different tempo. As Classic Sonic, the music is going to be a remix of the original song for that stage. So it's nice that the music actually changes based on which mode you're playing in as well. So Modern Sonic, you'll notice that Sonic is a little bit skinnier, he's got the green eyes, all that going on. We can do combos here, and these refill our boost meter, so those are really useful, very helpful. We can use the homing attack to span gaps like that, and then we can slide under those objects like we just did with that totem pole to keep advancing. The waterfalls here are one of my favorite parts of this stage. Beautiful part. And we're going to jump right into this waterfall here. So you'll notice that green bar at the bottom is the boost meter, and I've done a lot of tricks so that boost has gone up very high. This is an example of some of the new stuff they added into the game. So besides just having the traditional Sonic stuff, in 3D they wanted to really offer new things you hadn't seen before. So this giant robotic fish is one of those things. And it's going to come up for one last bite at us here. There it goes. So we want to make sure there's a lot of new stuff in the game. So if you're a Sonic gamer and you've played these games a million times, there's got to be something new for you to say, oh cool, like I really enjoy that, or I've never seen that before. So striking that balance between nostalgia with Classic Sonic and new features with Modern Sonic is a nice element of the game, and I think they really pulled it off well. We're trying to stick to the highest path here. Perfect, we got it. Now running parallel to us right now is another path we could have taken. And if we take that path, you can see this one in the background. This is what we want to be on here. I'm going to demonstrate one other little cool feature here. So these badniks will interact with us if they hit us. This guy's been waiting like 20 years to get Sonic. That's a long time, right? So, whoa, whoa, whoa. If he finally gets us, just take note of his animation here. You wouldn't normally notice this, but if Crab Meat hits us, He starts laughing, he falls on his back, can't contain himself, and then we blow him away. But for that one little moment in his life, he was happy, and that's what's important, I guess. So we're almost to the end of the demo here. Now, we can actually choose to destroy this bridge, like that, and then keep running to take this alternate path, which is a bit faster. Sonic fans will note that speedruns are always important, and if you're speedrunning like me, it's really good to know those alternate routes, which one you want to take, and in modern Sonic to be able to use that boost effectively the entire time. So we're coming up on the ends here. And that is that. For those wondering why exactly are modern Sonic and classic Sonic together, the story involves a mysterious new force that's created some time holes, and as modern Sonic goes back in time to save his friends, which is always a good story, he meets classic Sonic, and the two work together to restore that balance. So, and with that, we have completed the Sonic Generations demo. The game comes out, as you see there, late 2011 or holiday 2011.